Look, figuring out what camera you should choose as your first camera is not an easy task. Whether it's your mobile phone or the latest kind of point and shoot camera, there are so many options out there. In this video, we're going to unpack some of those details. Hey, what's up everybody? Bobby.T here. In this video, we're going to be unpacking 4 popular cameras, one being the iPhone 13, 2, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, 3, the Insta360 X4, and last but not least, the Sony a7S III, however, just bottom line, a mirrorless camera. Now, the first category that we're going to tackle today is going to be sort of ease of use for beginners. Now, by far, the easiest camera to start off with is a smartphone, aka my iPhone 13. Because we're a culture now that focuses and has smartphones that we use on a daily basis, creating content, filming videos, and utilizing your smartphone to record cool content is easy and is quite versatile. Moving forward, the DJI Osmo 3 is an amazing versatile camera. Similar, it immediately allows you to kind of immediately start shooting and filming with this big, huge record button. And to pick up and kind of navigate the menus is quite intuitive. Once you get an understanding, depending on the capabilities that you're trying to do, of switching the video modes, where it has several video modes, similar to, again, the first camera, the iPhone 13, you can also quite quickly navigate the joystick to create different scenes and sections with the gimbal that allows you to kind of quickly begin filming and shooting. Now, with the Insta360 X4, this camera is a 360 camera, but you can also position it as an action camera. Now, the beauty of 360 cameras is that whatever you're filming is always in front of the lens. So it just allows you just to focus on just hitting capturing. A lot of the work comes in post, and so there's a little bit of less versatility in post just to make sure that you can kind of get things done in keyframes. However, this is an easy camera just to immediately go out and start filming right away. And then last but not least, going into the mirrorless camera section, specifically the a7S III, I think this is sort of the more complicated camera that I have been using ever since it dropped, and it is an amazing camera. If you find yourself looking for a bit more control, wanting to be able to create a little bit more cinematic looking videos, but more importantly, being able to kind of accurately and quickly set up and shoot and film the highest quality pictures, videos, based on any environment, I mean, this is your go-to camera. However, trying to navigate and understand the system, especially when it comes to getting the right settings into the camera dialed in, will take some time and a lot of learning in order to adopt this and use it effectively. Next, let's talk about some of the key benefits of each camera and what makes them stand out. Now, moving into the iPhone 13, one of the key benefits about this particular camera is that not only does this phone act as a camera, but as it being a phone, it allows you to kind of also quickly create content on it, such as videos and photos, and then immediately upload that to social media. Having the flexibility of not only to create, but then immediately publishing your content or scheduling it is such a huge advantage. Moving into the Osmo Pocket 3, I think this is a game changer of a camera. One of the biggest perks and feature sets with the Osmo Pocket 3 is not only its picture quality, but also the gimbal-like smooth footage that this camera creates. On top of this camera is a gimbal, and being able to, while actively moving and running around the place, plus its active track, allows you to kind of create and have a cameraman in your pocket while also still being such a small, robust camera that allows you to record very high quality images. But in addition to that, operate as a cameraman behind the scenes, being able to kind of track you in a variety of different situations. Next up is the Insta360 X4. This camera captures a 360 camera as it has 2 lenses, both in the front and the back of the camera. And one of the most beautiful things about this is that as long as you're outside the stitch line within this particular camera, it has relatively a high quality picture. The beauty is that whether you're in front, behind, at the side, or wherever accordingly, this camera will be able to capture you. One of the downfalls that all of the other cameras kind of host is that end of the day, you have to be in the center frame of this camera in order to capture it. But if you're in a robust environment that there's lots of different activities, or if you are consistently moving in and out around the place and setting up different activities, or more importantly, if you're a solo shooter, this camera will allow you so that you can always capture yourself in your environments and always be in frame. And last but not least, in the mirror section is the Sony a7S III. Now, this camera is the low light king when it comes to sort of filming cinematic quality videos, and nothing else can kind of touch this picture quality. Now, if you're a beginner, I really actually do not recommend this camera because I think this is cameras for people who have seen limitations in both either their phones, sort of their pocket-based cameras or even in their action cameras. If you are majority of the time in a studio setting or consistently shooting outdoors during the day with lots of sunlight and lots of brightness, then I don't think this camera needs to be in your arsenal. However, if you find yourself being held back on some of the capabilities and you're looking for just really a solid, robust camera and really are pushing towards that high quality nature, and bottom line, you have the pocket to kind of afford this camera, then I highly recommend it. And finally, let's consider the versatility and how well do these cameras adapt to different shooting conditions and styles. When we're talking about a camera that is sort of great for you in a number of different conditions, the iPhone 13 does everything moderately good and well and allows you to kind of capture to get things done. Now, my iPhone 13 camera in well-lit situations and environments is amazing. The only time that it really struggles if we're in kind of low light situations and circumstances, where that's in studio or outdoors, and is one of the weaker points around it. Similar, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is another quite versatile camera that allows you to kind of capture very high quality footage, but again, in low light situations, it starts to begin to push itself a little bit into barrier. If you're in a dark lit situation, but you can kind of dial that in or utilize some of the environmental lighting around and position yourself, then it does a really good job, and it is definitely a step up above the iPhone 13. And also the Insta360 X4. Moving on to the Insta360 X4, this camera shines in either studio environments or highly well-lit spaces. Usually when you're outside or in a place that's extremely bright, this camera allows you to kind of capture high quality footage. But again, as soon as you have dim lighting or in a dim studio, then this camera begins to fall apart a bit and it loses its quality. Its main features, being able to kind of capture both behind and in front of the camera at the same time in its 360 sense. However, in low light situations, this is a poor choice and I think kind of rivals at times the iPhone 13 as the quality or a bit lower. And last but not least, the A7S III is an amazing camera. Depending on the dynamic of your lighting situation, whether you're indoors, outdoors, in a bright environment or a dark environment, this thing is a low light king. I think once you're able to kind of nail down what is your style and who you're going to be capturing and really what's the medium that you might be potentially publishing this for, whether it's on social media or just for your personal self, will kind of dictate and allow you to realize what's the best choice and what's the best feature set that you're looking for in your camera. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you're looking for more information about how to potentially light your videos better now that you have the perfect camera in your arsenal, well, check out this video right here. Peace. Love, and I hope to talk to you soon.